So we're working on one-step equations today. We are going to do this through Sage and Scribe today. Okay. While I pass out paper, would you please read through these steps so you can get an idea of what's going to happen? Just one per pair, so you're good. One per pair, so keep one for you guys and pass it back. One per pair, keep one for you guys and then pass them back. And then you guys need two because you're going to have one Sage and two Scribes every time, okay? One per pair, so just keep one and pass them back. Yes, sir. Yeah, you can put both your names on it. It's one paper per pair for Sage and Scribe, so go ahead and put both names. For my group of 3, on both papers, you need all 3 names. So take pause and do that now. Bless you. We're going to talk about it. Okay. All right, next up, looking at our activity. So this activity is to help us practice both the writing and the solving, but we're only going to practice one at a time. So we're going to focus on the writing an equation from the situation first. So as it says here, would you please fold back where it says activity 2? B's, you're in charge of folding. So that you're looking at something that looks like this. Mm-hmm. Start on the side, that's question 1. I know, I made a nice little dotted line for you, right? You just fold right down the dotted line. Okay, so you can put the paper between the 2 of you because Sage and Scribe is both of you looking at the same paper. A's, you're going to get the pencil first. And as a reminder, here are Sage and Scribe steps. If you're the Sage, you're the talker. If you're the Scribe, you're the writer. Meaning my A's right now are going to be my Scribes and my B's are my Sages for the first question. Sage, you're going to tell Scribe what equation that you believe represents the situation for your question. Scribe, record what they say, and then help them out, tutor them if you don't agree. Okay, if you agree, give them a praise. Everybody take a pause right now and put a praise phrase in your head that's better than good job. Okay, so once you guys agree, Scribe, give them a praise, and then you guys will switch back for the other one. Okay, and you can. This is your own pace, so you go back and forth. You don't need to wait for me to say it. At the end, and you're gonna do both sides. So you're gonna go down the front half, and then you're gonna fold it back the other way and flip it over and do 6 through 10 same way. And then when you're finished with the first 10, there's a way to check your answer. You're going to check your accuracy of the equations that you wrote with a quote paper. I will explain it more when I get to you, but basically you cross out your right answers and what's left is a quote, is a growth mindset quote. So if the quote makes sense, then you picked the right equations. Is it okay how I'm saying it? Yeah. You're allowed to talk. It's okay. It's okay how I'm saying it? Okay. Excellent. All right. Let's go. We'll start at 10 minutes, 1 minute per question, and see how that goes. Okay? All right. Bees, you're up. Take a read. Go ahead. Yeah, so my group, one sage, 2 scribes, and then it's going to rotate. You're going to be the sage next, and so you would pass this paper, you would pass this paper. Is that okay, how we're saying it? So then for my scribes who are going to praise, one of you is the checker. Like we'll say, Bailey, you would be the checker on the first one, like if you agree or disagree, and then you would be the praiser, and then we would just keep going around like that. Okay? Awesome.
The variable would be like the answer, right? Like the
Variable is like what's missing from it. Yeah, it'll be the question portion is usually the variable. Yeah.
Do we solve it too, Ms. Wellert?
Nope, solving's the next one. So what I'm
do we go all the way down activity 1
and on to the back, yes.
and then do we do activity 2 also or not?
Before you go on to activity 2, you're going to check your answers for activity 1 because it would not make sense to solve equations that you aren't the ones you need to solve. So my concern here is that the equation should have a variable in it and an equal sign. This is telling me how you're going to solve it, but our equations are something like maybe 5x equals 65 because you're telling the story, not how to solve it. So we have to think about, is this a multiply, divide is how I'm going to solve it for sure, but what's the equation that represents the situation? Okay, so revise a little bit and I'll come back and check on you. So now we're thinking, is it adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing? What tells the story about the robots and their wheels? Dividing is definitely how I would solve it, but is that what's telling the story?
So
It would be multiplication. Hello.
So are we writing what the variable represents or what it is?
What it represents, the words. The solving is what it is, and that's going to be the next half.
So instead of putting like r equals 13, we do r equals the number of
Robots or something, yes, correct.
you mean they're like trying to solve x?
Right, so we're not solving yet. When you define a variable, you're telling what the variable stands for. So what words do the variables stand for? Like what's the missing part right now? Okay, so that would be the definition. You'd write x equals a number.
The weight of the amount of robots.
Hello.
For number 4, we don't understand it.
Yeah, like I understand the problem. I just don't understand how to put it.
How to get
Like how to write it down.
Okay, so let's start first with what's the variable going to stand for? What's the missing part?
How many miles did Alex run?
Okay, so in this situation, what would tell the story? Would adding tell the story? Mm-hmm. Would subtracting tell the story? It would be adding, you think? Mm-hmm. Okay.
It says 30 more.
More than is definitely a adding word. So if we know that Alex's miles is what's missing, how can I relate that to the 30? You're missing a part. Skip that one. Keep going.
We don't know how many miles Christian has.
Skip it. Keep going.
That's right.
When you get to this one, you're going to have to skip it. It's missing a chunk. Okay, so just skip that one and go on to 5. Skip it. You're missing information. Yeah. Skip it. You're missing information.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't this the problem be like x minus 5 equals 30?
The difference. So what operation is difference?
Subtraction. It says that it should be the difference of 5 and 30.
Because is the equal sign number. So the difference of a number and 5 equals out to 30. See the in your bottom left there?
And then W.
So agreement or disagreement?
Well, I've been agreeing with this the entire time.
Well, I know you agree with your own, Bailey, but Vane, are we okay, or do we need further explanation? We're okay. All right. Yes, but we're not solving it. We're defining.
Okay, so
Okay.
we need to fix this problem?
Yes,
Okay, then.
we're defining. Solving's the next part. How are we doing? Skip this one. You're missing information. Keep on going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So on this one we're kind of stuck.
Say that one more time.
On this one we're kind of stuck.
Okay.
It says
What it
says
is not
equation.
necessarily the
because it says
question, though.
it
Okay.
said he said 65.
5
divided by 65. And I told him what did it be?
So when we write an equation, we don't want the x to be by itself. Because that's telling me how you're going to solve the question. Writing an equation is about the situation. So let's try going for...
The solvent, right?
No, you can flip it over and go on 6 through 10 for your...
Oh, there's a back?
There is a back.
Oh.
Okay. So fold it again and then, there you go. Okay, so when I write an equation, usually for me, it's easiest to find the number that is like the equals to number, the total. So in this situation, what is the end of the story? What's the end of the situation?
He used a total of 65 times.
So that's going to be the beginning of my equation. It's going to be equals 65. So now, how do we make it?
I did 5 times.
Okay, do you think that would 5 times x, Wesley? And you said that x is the how many robots, right? So Wesley, if he writes 5 times x, is 5 times the number of robots going to get us the 65 wheels? Would that tell the story? Would that tell the story? Then that's the equation I'm going for. Over here is when you're going to divide and solve it. Right now, we need the equation that tells the story, though.
Did you go on to the back?
Alex, how many miles did Alex run?
Okay, how are we doing this time? I feel like you should be telling him what to write.
Oh, we did.
All right.
Writing it down.
What does define a variable mean?
Define a variable is the extent.
Is it a number answer or a word answer?
Word
A word answer. You're solving for me. You're going to do that over here, but defining is what's happening here. Hello.
After we finish activity 1 on the first page, we just go on to the other?
Did you flip it over?
Yeah.
So you got all 10.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
But,
so
but
then
do we have to do activity 2 before we flip it over?
No.
Okay. Okay.
So you're ready to check your answers and see if your equations are right. Is that
yeah.
correct? Okay,
Yeah,
so
for
let me
page
come
1.
over there. Yep. I will be right there. Oh yeah, now don't do activity 2 yet. Flip over to the back and continue activity 1 for 6 through 10. There you go. 4 is missing information. Skip it for now, and I will add in the information. Yep. Just a second. It's the weight of a package is multiplied by 7. The result. No. It's beautiful. Multiply equation. The result is the equals to number. It looks beautiful. This one is missing information. Skip it for now, and I'll come back and give it to you. Okay? Hello.
You're not sure how to do number 4.
It's missing some information. So skip it for now, and I'll give you the information back.
So wouldn't this one be addition?
It is. It's also missing a sentence. So skip it for now, and I will come back and give you the information. Yeah. It's fair. That's fair. It's missing a total number. It's missing the equals to. Right now, all you could do is be like, x plus 30. Cool. So I would skip it and go to 5.
Divided by 5.
Are we doing how you would get the answer?
No, we're doing what does the translation. You're doing what do the words stand for.
So
You're not solving until... over here.
Oh, after we're done with that, do we go into that?
When you are done with these two, you're going to go ahead and check your answers with this.